And we're back in my truck. So we got a service call. There's a no cool call. It's a water source heat pump system, and basically every time they try to turn on the cooling, it pops the breaker. So it sounds like we might have a dead compressor. So anyway, let's look into it. So here we go. Okay, so I've located the breaker. It is currently on right now. Basically, he's telling me that it trips, he resets it, and it's fine for a while, and then it randomly trips again. This one's actually one of the newer ones. It's from 2021, I believe, 2022, 410A. So we're probably overamping, so we're gonna check that. It is a 20 amp breaker. I am looking at this here. Minimum circuit for this is 6.7, max fuse is 15, so the breaker is a 20, probably a little too big. So let's go ahead and start cycling this thing and we'll see what it's doing. Okay, so this relay right here, this is the fan relay. This is going to the blower motor. Looks like it's set for high speed. I'm gonna get my amp clamp on there. We're gonna start with the fan motor, make sure that's not the cause. Okay, so the full load amps on the blower motor is 0.96 amps. I'm getting 0.82, 0.83-ish. It seems to be normal. Okay, so our total amp circuit, our total amps for the entire system is at 4.5 amps. All right, so in heating it never got past 5.5 amps, so we are now going to put it in cooling mode. There's a slight time delay. All right, so I'm getting 22 volts on the control side, which is a little alarming. That means that the, what do you call it? The transformer is not set up properly. It's set up for 240 probably. Yeah, because we're definitely at 208, 230, or 208, and this is currently set to 240. So we got to move this red wire from here to here to get a good 27 volts. But I'll do that after I test this thing in cooling mode. So the current right now, the fan, just the fan is running, and the whole system is pulling about 0.96 amps, and that's just, you know, the transformer and the fan and everything. So everything's looking good so far. So after I've verified this, I'm going to start pulling and wiggling some wires. Maybe we have a short somewhere that's needs, you know, an intermittent short where it vibrates and shorts out to something. Okay, compressor kicked on. We're at 3.8 and climbing. We're at 4.1, 4.3. It's interesting. It's kind of bouncing between 4.9 and 4.3. It just kicked on, so it takes a minute for it to balance out. So she seems to have stabilized about 4.8, 4.1. Yeah. So I'm going to start wiggling some wires and see if we can get this thing to short out. Carefully, of course. Hopefully nothing arcs. Well, there's our short. Now we got to see what it was. Well, I haven't found the source of the short, but it looks like this is where it arced. It was right here at the bottom of this panel. I'm not seeing any damage on the wires anywhere. I don't know. And then I have the terminal opened up for the compressor, and it looks fine. And I can't find any damage in the wires. So I'm gonna keep looking, but yeah. All right, I found the damage here. As you can see here, I think it was pinched behind. It was pinched behind this panel, and when it would vibrate just right, it would short and pop the breaker. So we need to repair that. So, oh man, cool. So let's fix this, and then we should be good to go. Okay, moment of truth. Turning on the power. blower kicked on. Let's see if we actually get 24 or 27 volts now. We should, because I changed the thing. Yep, 27.2 volts, much better. Alright, so we just gotta wait till the compressor kicks on and hopefully it doesn't blow up. Good. Yeah, we found our issues. It was a pinched wire that when it would vibrate just enough, it would touch the casing and cause a short to ground, which would trip the breaker. When I was pulling on the wires, I did an exaggerated version of what was happening, and we did get an arc, but thankfully everything seems to be functional. So we'll go ahead and close her up. All right, so that one was fun. Yeah, so that's our short right there. You guys are probably going to blow me up in the comments saying, why did you do that while it was powered? Why didn't you do ohms? Yeah, I could have done that, but honestly, sometimes a big old arc flash is very helpful. Thankfully, nothing got damaged in this case. We're only dealing with small amps. That's why I did it that way I did. Much faster to do it this way too. It is dangerous, so you need to be prepared. Whenever I'm digging into a system, I'm always prepared for the worst. That's why I didn't really flinch when it happened, because I'm always prepared for, you know, something to blow up in my face. But anyway, so we were lucky. We found the freaking short. It was pinched underneath that panel, probably from the day of manufacture, and over time from vibration it rubbed through the insulation, and then eventually if it would vibrate just right, it would actually touch the metal, grounding it to ground and popping the breaker. And by me pulling on it, I just like exasperated it and made it way worse, and so that's why we got a little bit of an arc flash. But anyway, hopefully this helps you out if you have a high voltage short that's intermittent, that's not happening while you're there. Sometimes you just got to kind of wiggle things. In retrospect, it probably would have been a good idea if I had it to ground, like if I had my meter on there and then just wiggled it with no power. Definitely safer way of doing things. But anyway, hopefully this helps you out. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment, tell me what a horrible technician I am, hit that bell notification, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to support the channel, get some awesome work socks by Camel City Mill. Nighthawk 10 gets you 10% off. And if you like the tools, click on the products below and pick those up for yourself. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.